Hello, this is just a little note. Um, and it's really about the subject of stress and some of the things that really make stress an awful lot worse. Um, and I think it's actually quite a big subject, really, and um, quite a subtle subject in some ways, you know. Um, but I think one of the major causes of stress in terms of its mental perpetuation is um, is the whole thing of narrative, yeah. The narratives we have running around in our minds, yeah, which repeat the same things to us and tell us the same things over and over again. Especially things which would say have upset us or which we might strike us as one thing or another, unfair, disempowering, etc., etc., etc. But or threatening, yeah, basically threatening essentially. And um, I think it's a really big thing because narratives just run. They just run on their own repeating loops, and they run in our mind in a way which we don't even really think about. In fact, we're kind of being thought by them, if you see what I mean. And it's really, really awful for us. Yeah. Um, it isn't even a matter of the original perception that built the narrative being untrue. It's not necessarily untrue. It's just that this is a redundant mental activity. Um, and uh, if you're in a position where you actually need peace of mind, narrative is exactly the opposite of that. Um, it's the engagement of mind in a kind of a chain and a cycle which kind of demands things. It somehow has this weight of demand about it, in a sense, in terms of the attention and what it should bring about. But all it does is go back to the beginning and start up again. Yeah. So narrative is a whole thing. It's like you could almost say that if you're in a position of stress and you need peace, it's almost like no narrative should be your watchword. Yeah. Let go of the narrative. Let go of the narrative, because if you let go of the narrative, immediately a whole load of things become unplugged and will just fall away. So I think it's important. Um, narrative is a false world, essentially, because we don't truthfully live in narrative. We live in life. We live in life which is beyond all of this stuff. It's beyond appearances. It's beyond separative location in time and space. In fact, it's beyond uh, these desperate chains of cause and effect that we build up, in a way. And so I'm not suggesting that one shouldn't have clear analysis. I'm not suggesting that one shouldn't have plans. I'm just suggesting that narrative is a thing in itself, and it has too much power over our consciousness. And to let go of narrative and to live more spontaneously, or to simply be at peace in the moment, is a really good thing to actually practice. Yeah. And I think that's about as much as I want to say, just looking at my dog. But yeah, I think that's what you need, really. A holiday from narrative. And just to be able to actually um, let go really helps. And it's actually very healing. So that's my little message.